What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy just welcome back to another Madden 22 video. Hopefully, you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I am in a way better of a mood considering the 49ers won today. And it was a very frustrating game in the first half, but glad we were able to go on ahead and pull it out. Unfortunately, we didn't clinch a playoff spot. We needed the Saints to lose to the Panthers, and unfortunately, the Panthers fell short. So, destiny's in our hands. If I'm mistaken, let me know. But I believe win and get in. I think if we beat the Rams next week, we're good to go into the playoffs. At least I think so. But anyways, you guys see the title of the video. I'm just gonna talk about some things that really frustrate me about this game that I strongly dislike. Also, I got 20 weekend league games to play. Streaming by the time this is live. I should already be live on Twitch if you guys want to come through, hang out, and as we just run goal line fullback dive for weekend league. Just trying to have fun, just trying to mix things up. Just trying to do some different stuff and just try to enjoy the game, differently. I've played thousands of games. Well, not thousands, but I've played well over about 1,300 games this year of Madden. So just trying to do something different just to, not be too bored of the game. But one of the things that frustrate me the most about this game, excuse me, is abilities and waiting for abilities to be available in the game. Last year, now if you guys know what type of offense I like to run is, I try to set up for what I feel like people are going to run the most of. Man to man is a very popular defense, and rightfully so. Man to man is good. It's really good. Can definitely cause some issues. They have some abilities which I personally think they need to change in deep KO. And the reason why I say that is because on offense you have deep in KO, you have deep out, and defense is just deep. It's just 20 yards. Anything over 20 yards, it doesn't matter if they're in or outside the number. Doesn't matter. They're gonna light up and give you bad animations unless you happen to be active on your own. Zone, you have your deep out zone, you have your deep in zone, but man, they don't have that. They don't have short in, short out, medium in, medium out, and I feel like they should. Make them pick and choose. Don't just have one ability that works over everything over 20 yards. I feel like, like imagine if that was offense. It was just deep elite. That's it. Anything over 20 yards, you're guaranteed to like almost hold on to it. Like that's crazy. But anyway, that's either, here nor there. If you guys know the style of offense, I prefer, even, in zone, playmaker has always been my thing, right? Even in Madden, back in the olden days of Madden, when there were no abilities, you could playmaker unlimited, left, right, up, down, everything was responsive, and, we just had to deal with it, and, playing defense on that was, tough, defending, the playmaker reroute can be tough, and I go on ahead and I try to, set up other routes, via the playmaker, and then it became, they just pretty much got rid of it to where if you playmaker someone, it's almost not responsive. There is one route though that works every single time, and I don't know if a lot of people know about this route, which is pretty glitchy, where it's guaranteed to work if you don't have playmaker on this player. If you put them on this route, if you go up, left, right, back down, it doesn't matter. They're going to go in the right direction every single time. But other than that, if you just have like an in route and you see the middle is, wide open and you try to playmaker him up, 95% of the time they just go in a completely random direction. They'll just, instead of going up, they'll go 1 o'clock towards the sideline, just away from where you want them to go and stuff like that. But QB playmaker to me is something that I really feel like takes my offense to the next level. Being able to utilize that ability and just rotate, the underneath route to where I feel is the open part of the field. I feel like it's just going to give a difficulty to my opponent and, stopping my offense, because I feel like it's going to open up the deeper routes that, trying to look for and whatnot. So last year, like QB Playmaker has been out when Patrick Mahomes was released this year, and I'm actually going to go ahead and take a look and see when he was released. Now, it is available out now because of when Mahomes, dropped, and also Randall Cunningham gets QB Playmaker as well. So this year, the ability itself actually dropped a lot earlier than it did last year. Now the issue is, let me take a look. When this 94 Mahomes was initially released, that way I can know exactly. I know he had a Team of the Week card. Release date November 16th. So November 16th was when QB Playmaker was put into the game this year. Now let's take a look at Madden 22 release date. That way we know exactly how long we had to wait. So it came out August 20th, right? So we got August. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I do months, I got to go back like June, July, August, September, October, November. So pretty much 3 months we had to wait for QB Playmaker to be available in this game. And I think there's only 3 guys in the game that get it. It might only be 2. I'm not exactly sure how many, but there's not many people that get it. Only the improviser archetype gets QB Playmaker. So, you just can't go on ahead and put that on a scrambler or a field general. They're the only archetypes that can go on ahead and get it, which is the improviser. So, as of now, yeah, there's only 2 guys in the game that get it: Randall Cunningham and Patrick Mahomes, and then that's it. So the issue comes when you cannot get both a pass lead ability and QB Playmaker. That's where the issue lies, and this is where the frustrations to another max begin for me. So I can get QB Playmaker at slot 3, but then in slot 2, you have to be a 96 overall in order to get something like, I could care less about guns. I feel like Gunslinger's severely overrated. I feel like Pass Lead Elite is so much better, cheaper AP, but that's up for another discussion. You got to be a 96 overall. The issue with passing without Pass Lead Elite is that the ball hangs in the air way too long. It is almost impossible for me to hit a playmaker slant over the middle of the field because the ball just takes too long to get there. So if I have a slant and I playmaker him straight up and I snap throw it, with Pass Lead Elite, the ball gets there almost instantly. It's not much time between the pass and the receiver that he's able to make the catch. And I need that because there's going to be defenders above me, safeties, linebacker, whoever's, above me, to where I can catch the ball and either go down or rack it, give me a little bit of space to be able to make some moves, to be able to get some more yards or whatever. Without Pass Lead Elite, the pass stays in the air probably like a full second later, and which means, like, if I call a slant and he hits, let's say, the 50-yard line, and I snap him up with Playmaker, like Keyshawn Johnson as Playmaker, and I have Pass Lead Elite, and I throw it immediately, he's probably going to catch it at about the 40-yard line or so, right? Without Pass Lead Elite, if I Playmaker him and he hits the 50-yard line up and I throw it, he's probably going to catch it at about the 35-yard line. Now, that's an issue. You think, well, that's more yards. That's even better. The issue is there's probably a defender right there at the 35-yard line, and it's either going to get picked or as soon as I catch it, I'm going to die and get popped, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. So catching it sooner is more beneficial because it allows me to be able to go down and not have to worry about getting the ball jar loose with a big hit or whatever. So it's a new calendar year, and I have yet to be able to get the abilities I need to be, well, not that I need to be successful, because I've won my my winning percentage this year is probably the best it's ever been. I'm like 1,200 and like 100 in squads, and in head to head I'm like 40 and like 5. My win record is really good this year. But the issue is I have to wait so long in order for me to have the abilities that I want for me to really feel like I'm at my best as a Madden player. When you think about when the game drops, what is the most popular formations? What do people run the most that you see? You see trips tight end, you see bunch. They get their stuff immediately. Like they don't have to wait at all. And that's so beyond frustrating. It sucks. And I hate it. The fact that day one, yeah, there's no hot route master out. We had to wait until Tom Brady came out. I believe Tom Brady was the first person to get it. And I believe I looked and he got it, I think, in early November, I think. So they had to wait a little bit. But there's slot apprentices. There's outside receiver apprentices. There's tight end apprentices. They were able to go on ahead and just slap on route tech and all these apprentices right away and be able to dictate different route combinations immediately. Like they don't have to wait. Day one, they can go on ahead and just get all the abilities they want to be successful. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for QB playmaker pass lead elite. And it's football season is damn near almost over. The playoffs are about to come, and I still do not have the abilities that I'm waiting for. Why is it that we have to wait so long in order to wait for some of these abilities? Like, that is so beyond frustrating to me the most, is that I just have to wait and wait and wait. And everybody that runs bunch, and everybody that runs 40-yard crossers, and everybody that runs trips tight end, and everybody that was running PA boot over, and all this stuff, they get their stuff immediately, right? They don't have to wait long. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here waiting, and waiting, and it just is so beyond frustrating. The whole ability thing, I feel like it. My Lord, abilities give a certain dynamic to the game, yes, but having to wait so long in order for, I just want QB playmaker and pass lead elite. That's all I want. Last year, do you guys remember the first person that got it last year? You probably don't, right? Because I'm one of 12 people that run this ability setup. And I play a lot of games, and I rarely ever run into somebody that uses playmaker. Why? Because the AP is just so much. Yeah, it's very deadly, it's very useful, but it's so much AP. It's 7 on QB playmaker alone. Last year it was 10. We had 16 AP last year, and that we ended the year with 16, I believe. And I had 15 out of 16 on my quarterback, because I had QB playmaker, which was 10, I had gunslinger, which was 2, and with a golden ticket quarterback, because we have different slots, I was able to get hot route master for like another 2, which was like 14. I think I had like roaming for like 15. But even without the golden ticket quarterback, I always had QB playmaker, gunslinger, and that right there was 12, and roaming, which was 13. And then like that, it's so much AP. I can't have route techs, I can't have deep ins or deep outs or hot route master, all these other type of things. But the first player to get it last year was team of the year Russell Wilson. That's how long we had to wait for an ability cocktail that nobody uses. I promise you probably haven't ran into more than 10 people running QB playmaker and some type of another ability. It's just not something people use. It's just way too much AP. But me, I don't give a damn about the AP. I'm going to find a way to make it work. Yeah, I'm not going to have all these other different things I'd love to have. I'd love to sit here and have deep outs on my guys. I'd love to sit here and have tight end, apprentice, and hot routes. But it is what it is. They got to make it the AP. I just got to make it work. But having to wait 7 months after the game drops in order for me to get this ability is beyond frustrating. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. What is the last ability to come out? I think so far they did do a better job of dropping it a little earlier this year. Last year, the very first player to get playmaker in the game last year was wide receiver Dion at Christmas. This year, Keyshawn was the first player to get it, and he dropped a decent amount sooner than Christmas. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take a look right here. Exactly when Keyshawn Johnson came out. Because I know for sure he was the very first player to be able to get playmaker, and I was just waiting, and he finally dropped, and I was beyond ecstatic. So his release date is November 20th. So he dropped maybe about 2-3 weeks, well, probably about 2 weeks before Dion last year that we had to wait. But I'm still waiting for QB playmaker and a pass lead elite ability. It's Like what? Like R. Kelly, I'm fighting for my life here. What more do you want from me, Tyrese voice? Like I can't get both. Meanwhile, people got Derrick Henry running amok. Meanwhile, people were able to slap on all these apprentices and run bunches there. The most popular offense in the game is bunch and trips. And they're not doing nothing to stop that. Nothing. You know what they do here? You can have all the abilities day 7 in the Madden. You don't got to wait long. We're just going to wait for the GS and the 3 other people that run QB Playmaker. We're going to make them wait until February, Super Bowl week. At that point, like how much interested are you in Madden at that point? I would love to know your thoughts and on this issue. Maybe you're waiting for certain abilities to come out that you can't have yet, and it's like that's what's the most frustrating thing about the abilities is I deal with everything on defense. I deal with the same way. We all know what works in this game, what doesn't. We all know what's broken. We all know what's difficult to stop. We all know the quote unquote cheese and all that stuff. And meanwhile, I just got to sit here and just wait. I just got to wait forever for the abilities for me to feel like I finally can run my offense how I want. I still can't really run my offense how I really want because in order for me to do that, I need QB Playmaker. Well, I don't need it, you know what I mean? But it's the best version of me in Madden. Me having QB Playmaker with Pass Lead Elite absolutely gives me the best chance to win because I scheme around it and, that's how I run my offense. Now, without it, I can have Pass Lead Elite on Cunningham and Playmaker and Keyshawn, but then it gets easier to just go on ahead and know who it is I'm a Playmaker, right? It's always Keyshawn. It's still a little frustrating at times to deal with, but for sure it's always going to be him. QB Playmaker changes everything because you never know who it's going to be. It can be a completely different receiver. It could be the tight end. It could be the running back on the angle route. It can be the drag route on the far right. I can go on ahead and choose anybody. I'm able to go on ahead and mix it up and, not have to dictate the ability around just one person. But Keyshawn with QB Playmaker and Randall Cunningham with Pass Lead Elite is way better than me having QB Playmaker where I can Playmaker everybody, but the ball just stays in the air forever and I'm throwing out helium balloons. Oh my Lord, man. I'm still waiting. It's 2022 and I'm still waiting for me to be able to have the abilities I would like to use in this game.